Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-NextGen. New Shepard to fly 30 payloads and simulate lunar gravity. Windracers reveals upgraded autonomous cargo delivery drone. And Drone America and UAS Center at SBD form partnership. And I'm your host, Colin Blee. Welcome to the Aero-News Network's Airborne-NextGen program, a weekly news program covering the next generation of flight, from electric power to vertical lift, uncrewed vehicles, and everything in between. Let's get into today's stories. New Shepard to fly 30 payloads and simulate lunar gravity. Blue Origin's New Shepard flight NS-29 is scheduled to launch Tuesday, January 28th at 1000 CST from Launch Site 1 in West Texas, carrying 30 payloads for NASA and others. It will also simulate lunar gravity to accelerate learning and technology readiness for customers at a much lower cost than actually going to the moon. The crew capsule will utilize its reaction control system to spin up to about 11 revolutions per minute, where it will simulate 1/6 Earth gravity in the midpoint of the crew capsule lockers and will last for about 2 full minutes. Lunar gravity was previously only available for a few seconds with a centrifuge drop tower or about 20 seconds on board parabolic flight profiles. This flight will bring the total number of commercial payloads flown by New Shepard to 175. Of the ones on board NS-29, more than half are for NASA's Flight Opportunities program, and 4 of the payloads are for Honeybee Robotics, a division within Blue Origin's In-Space Systems business unit. The Honeybee experiments are to test technologies for penetrating, excavating, and processing lunar regolith. NS-29 will also be carrying thousands of postcards for Club for the Future, Blue Origin's STEAM-focused nonprofit, to inspire and mobilize future generations. After the break, President Trump plans to release drone report. Welcome back. Now for some shorter stories in our Next Gen Minute. President Trump plans to release drone report. It appears that the frenzy of drone sightings reported by thousands of people in numerous states that was in the news 24/7 back in November and December has dropped off the radar and the news cycle. Still, people want to know just what was going on, and before the inauguration, President Trump said he would let us all know. On January 10th at Mar-a-Lago, Trump told Republican governors, quote, "I'm going to give you a report on drones about 1 day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones," end quote. NASA tests air traffic surveillance tech with PC-12. With the entry of air taxis, delivery drones, and other newfangled aircraft into the U.S. National Airspace System, the ability of systems to communicate an aircraft's location will become ever more critical to ensure air traffic safety. The FAA requires aircraft to do so in real time, using an installed automatic dependent surveillance broadcast system. NASA is evaluating the ability of an ADS-B system to prevent collisions in a simulated urban environment using its own Pilatus PC-12. Senators reintroduce Farm to Fly Act. 6 U.S. senators recently reintroduced a bill that aims to expand the development and production of alternative aviation fuels while benefiting American farmers. The act, titled Farm to Fly, utilizes existing U.S. Department of Agriculture programs. The Farm to Fly Act would solidify a definition for sustainable aviation fuel in the USDA and allow greater collaboration within the agency and with private partnerships. It relies on current USDA biofuel programs to drive the development of sustainable aviation fuel. FAA Modernizes, now offering email delivery for AC and dealer registration certs. You may wonder what took them so long, but it appears that the FAA Aircraft Registration Branch has finally developed and is implementing the ability to electronically issue registration certificates for both aircraft and aircraft dealers. In lieu of physically mailed documents, the FAA will now email copies of aircraft registrations and dealer registration certificates after applications are made online, providing, quote, streamlined and expedited delivery service, while also reducing the cost and labor burden of mailing for the registry, end quote. That was our NextGen Minute. Now back to the rest of the news. Windracers reveals upgraded autonomous cargo delivery drone. UK-based Windracers announced the unveiling of the ULTRA MK2, its next-generation autonomous cargo UAV that's designed for middle-mile logistics and compared to its predecessor has double the power generation and ability to carry up to 150 kg in payload while also realizing a significant reduction in fuel costs. The original ULTRA aircraft was intended to cut the cost of delivering humanitarian aid to remote areas and is currently operating in the UK, Ukraine, and the US. It enables aid organizations to deliver meaningful amounts of payload to difficult-to-reach areas safely and cost-effectively. The upgraded ULTRA MK2 was introduced at an event at the ME London Hotel and included interviews with two ULTRA MK2 customers, NORCE and Aviation Sans Frontières. Rune Storvold, SVP of the independent Norwegian Research Institute NORCE, described how the ULTRA MK2 will carry two types of radar systems to detect changes in Antarctic climate. Benoit Gabory, head of mission for Aviation Sans Frontières, spoke about how the aircraft will bring a heavy-lift, long-distance UAV into the humanitarian aid supply chain and establish a service that's able to work in rapidly changing situations. After these messages, Drone America and UAS Center at SBD form partnership.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Are you ready to ace your FAA drone pilot knowledge test, get your remote pilot certificate, and start earning money? Well, flying a drone is a great tool that can open up new business opportunities for anyone. Realtor, insurance adjuster, videographer, or commercial weekend drone warrior, you need to fly legally. Whether you're pursuing your initial Part 107 remote pilot certificate or you need a renewal, King Schools has a course just for you. So start learning today at kingschools.com.
Welcome back. Drone America and UAS Center at SBD form partnership. Drone America announced a partnership it's formed with the UAS Center at San Bernardino International Airport, the goal of which is to use advanced drone technology to radically alter the prevention and mitigation of wildfires. Drone America has pioneered UAS innovation since 2009 with its designs of multirotor quadcopters, VTOL hybrids, and unmanned helicopters. Their ultimate goal is to become the go-to source for trusted tools for emergency services across the country in critical situations, including wildfire prevention and response. Initially, the partnership will focus on three areas: monitoring fire-prone areas for early detection and alerts, analyzing vegetation health to identify areas of elevated risk, and supporting rapid emergency response with real-time data and mapping. Mike Richard, CEO of Drone America, said, quote, "By combining Drone America's expertise in unmanned systems with the UAS Center at SBD's research capabilities and deep regional knowledge, this partnership is setting a new standard for wildfire safety. Together, we're creating a proactive framework to enhance both fire detection and emergency response," end quote. The company's resilience and commitment to innovation have been greatly assisted by collaborations with NASA, FAA's Beyond program, NV Energy, and others. Drone America is expanding to deliver comprehensive tools for wildfire prevention, active response, and post-fire recovery. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.